All right, Aquarius, let's see what is going on for you in November of 2025. Show me Aquarius for November 2025. Gonna do an old Celtic cross reading. Nice and old school. The Four of Swords reversed. That's your energy. The challenge is the Six of Cups reversed. So we have a little bit of past energy, specifically in your feelings. Ace of Cups in the past. So there was love or a lot of creativity here. In the near future is a lot of work. Good work, though. Page of Wands reversed for what's going on in your mind. The Ten of Pentacles reversed for what's going on in your subconscious. As above, so below. Three of Cups for your advice. All right, maybe you need to get out there a little bit. Seven of Wands reversed for somebody around you that could be affecting your energy. You may have some naysayers or some haters a little bit. The Magician for your hopes and or fears. And the outcome is the Ten of Swords. The theme for your reading is the Page of Pentacles. Well, I mean, the Page of Pentacles for the theme is really about putting in effort, building something. And when we think about building, what sign do we think about? We think about Taurus. So maybe see where you have Taurus in your natal chart. That will kind of point you in the right direction of what it is that you're needing to start. So if you have Taurus in your fourth house, okay, if you're an Aquarius rising, then that would mean maybe you need to do some renovations on the home. Maybe you're needing to buy or sell a home. Maybe you are needing to build or rebuild a relationship with your family or your emotions. It seems like you're either overcoming something with that Four of Swords reverse or you're still in the thick of it. Because if the challenge is the Six of Cups reverse, then this tells me you're still latched on to the past. Almost well, it can be in a spiteful way, to be honest. It can be that you're having a hard time looking at something with maturity. It can also be stuck to how things were and you wanting things to go back to the way that they were. But the thing about the Six of Cups is there's a gift in it, regardless of how it turns out. And so it's asking you to see that. I think what you really want is you want to feel stable with that Ten of Pentacles reverse. I think you want to feel stable, but maybe you didn't grow up with a very stable life. Maybe you feel like you can't have it. Well, it's saying, if you build it, it will come. But maybe you don't trust it. Maybe you don't trust yourself to do it. There's clearly some big change, a very huge ending with that Ten of Swords. Obviously, I mean, if that's the outcome, I'm not going to lie, you're going out with a bang. The negative about the Ten of Swords is that, well, it sucks. The positive is that evolution can come if you allow it. The other positive about the Ten of Swords is that if you look at traditional Rider Waite, you're going to notice that the guy who's stabbed, he's holding his fingers like this, which is a symbol of fortune after difficulty or good luck. So again, something will come of what feels like emptiness. And there's nowhere to go but up with the Ten of Swords. So let's go ahead and take a look at that Four of Swords reversed. The Four of Cups. I mean, you're still thinking about what you didn't have, what you didn't get, how something could have been different. Okay. So if you don't like the way that something went, and I see two fours here, which are, an 8, obviously, which is the number of Saturn. So there are some hard lessons here. Maybe you do feel like you missed out. Maybe you ended up taking someone or something for granted and now you don't have it anymore. Maybe you're feeling very rejected and you're still holding on to it. Whatever it is, it's asking you to find the healing in it. It's asking you to be grateful for your circumstance. Now, I'm not saying like, if you were assaulted or something like that, then like get over it. All right. That's obviously not what I'm talking about. But even with me, right? I have been, no, now we're getting weird. I have been assaulted, right? Sexually assaulted quite a few times. And I went into a deep addiction and then I got sober. And then I ended up donating every year to the Samaritan House, which is a charity for women and children who are victims of abuse, sex trafficking, things of that nature. Okay. And so I'm not saying you've been through that. I was able to still make something of it, right? Regardless of how bad it was. Regardless of how bad it was. And so it may be telling you to see the gift in something, even though it's difficult. Now I know that's we're crossing a line here. I get it. But I'm just trying to explain that sometimes, no matter how extreme, there can be something in it. Although it doesn't feel like that all the time, does it? So whatever that may be for you, not saying it was sexual assault. I know that's a very touchy subject, obviously. Okay. Now we have the Six of Cups reversed with the Queen of Wands. This is about not focusing so much on pipe dreams, what didn't work out, holding on to grudges, you know, feeling reluctant to see the beauty in something. The Queen of Wands is like, you know what? Fuck it. You know what I'm saying? Pisces got this too, I think, for their challenge. So that's kind of interesting. You know what? F it. I don't even care. I'm gonna start taking charge of my own life, because what you may be finding yourself doing in the month of November is you may find yourself feeling like a victim. And maybe you were. You know what I'm saying? I have no idea what your scenario is. But now God is saying, now what? You know, Spirit is saying, now what? What are you going to do with it? Right? God, I probably look so corny doing that. But what are you going to do with it? And this is telling you to take the lead. There's something that you're needing to build. You probably already know what it is, but you may still be concerned about what other people are going to think. Maybe you're concerned about what a specific person is going to think. Well, if we let that stop us all the time, I probably wouldn't even be here talking to you right now, right? So let's take a look at the recent past. So this is like October. Ace of Cups, Page of Cups reversed. This feels like rejection. Maybe you rejected somebody else. Maybe they rejected you. Maybe you rejected them and then they rejected you later. Who knows, right? But it is this feeling of feeling like a victim, feeling like a victim in some way, shape, or form. And even though you may have been full of love and with all of this love to give, and then maybe you were taken advantage of, maybe, you know, your own emotions were used against you, and then you kind of clammed up, closed up, and you didn't want to express that side of yourself because you felt like you were punished for it, right? So there could have been something like that in the past. Maybe that's why you don't trust this page anymore. You don't really trust to build something. Oh, look, 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 look. Page of Cups reverse right behind that. Seven of Swords, Page of Cups reverse, Seven of Swords, Queen of Cups reverse. There's something about not trusting, almost to the point of avoiding opening up. Not trusting, so you avoid opening up altogether. Can I get one more for that, Ace of Cups? The Star. Well, there you are, sweetheart. You know, perhaps there was healing after all. But not just healing, there was perspective. Something in the past happened for you to share it, for you to potentially heal others. So only you're going to know what that is, right? Then we have what's going on in your mind for November is the Page of Wands reversed. Lots of pages here with the Nine of Cups. Can I get one more? Why is the Page of Wands reversed? Eight of Pentacles reversed. So you may be feeling like you are content in a scenario. You're like, oh no, I'm good. I'm good right here. You know, even though you have this fire burning in you, there's something that you want. I almost want to say so desperately, but I don't want to make it that dramatic, but I'm kind of feeling that way. There's something that you want so desperately that you're passionate about, but there's a lack of confidence. So you really don't put in the effort. So instead, you just kind of stay where you are. But if you remember, your challenge is the Queen of Wands. The confidence will come once you build the courage. And then we go back to building again. So maybe it's not just something in the tangible, although that is certainly the Page of Pentacles, which is the theme. This can also be about building your courage, which in turn builds confidence. But you have to see it through, because you staying like comfortable in this scenario or whatever, like, okay, that's cool right now, but later you're going to be 80 years old and you're going to be like, wow, I really wish I would have done that. Because I think what you're doing is you might be being too critical of yourself. You seem to be very hung up on what didn't work. You know what I'm saying? So the near future, so I would say this is probably first half of December. The Knight of Pentacles, Two of Wands reverse. Let me get one more for that. The Nine of Wands. Well, the Knight of Pentacles is pretty good. The Knight of Pentacles is where we're really putting in a gallant effort towards something, okay? The Knight of Pentacles is consistent, is a perfectionist, and to a point that can be positive, okay? The Knight of Pentacles really takes his or her time. And he or she takes, I'm just going to say he takes his time because he doesn't want to have to go back and redo it. He just wants to get it right the first time. Okay, that's great. We love that, right? But the Two of Wands reverse is saying something needs to change in the way that you're working towards a goal, okay? because you seem to be kind of stuck at a crossroads. Why is the Two of Wands reversed? The King of Swords reversed. You may feel like you don't have enough information, but what I really think that you need to do is you just need to kind of press on and fight for what it is that you believe in and the work that you believe in. And for some of you, this is around your physical health. Okay. For some of you, you're just needing to do something a little bit different. This is not health advice. Legally, I have to say that. Ten of Pentacles reversed for what's going on in your subconscious. The Five of Swords reversed. That's why you're not building the thing that you want, probably in the Taurus area of your chart. Maybe it's somewhere else. But the Ten of Pentacles reverse with the Five of Swords reverse, this can be like, we feel like we're going to lose no matter what we do. So we just don't try. Or because of what other people will think, what other people, like the Ten of Pentacles reverse can sometimes be where we're putting too much stock in what others think about our future and what that should look like. Gentle reminder, this is your life. You got to live it, right? That doesn't mean, you intentionally hurt anybody on your way up the ladder or whatever. But you have to live with yourself at the end of the day. You have to live your life. You have to sit on the couch that you bought or that you didn't buy. You have to live with your personal truth and your actions and your thoughts. And so what do you want that to look like for you? Is really what it's asking. Because what I think this is, in my opinion, is I think that something in your past did not work out. And so now you're like, oh, well, I'm not even gonna, not even gonna try. Like I've been there, I'm saying I get it. But I think that maybe you do, because your challenge is the Queen of Wands, is to be the leader in your own life. The Three of Cups is, ooh, whoa. Roll call. Okay. The Three of Cups with the Three of Cups reversed for your advice. Show me who your friends are and I'll tell you who you are. My grandma used to tell me that all the time. I don't know if she actually came up with that or somebody else did. Anyway, so this is really asking you to choose wisely. Choose who you allow around you and allow around your energy. I mean, my God, it's even wise sometimes to look at you in somebody else's synastry, even if it's just platonic. Like I had somebody before, right? And my Venus is in my 7th house. Venus rules my 6th house of health, my physical body. I'm also Venus ruled, Taurus rising. And somebody's Uranus that I was with was conjunct my Venus. Being in that relationship ended up causing me so much stress that my body, I ended up having a nervous breakdown. I had a nervous breakdown. My health went to shit. It was terrible, So sometimes it's even, and I don't know why I'm feeling like I need to tell you that, but maybe I do. It's really important to take a look at your synastry and kind of see how that's going to affect you, what you can gain and what you can give, of course. But it's just very important for you guys around this time, specifically in the month of November, to be very cautious around who you allow in your life. Because I think that for some of you, you could get yourself involved in some kind of gossip, rumors, drama, etc. So it's probably what's the actual guidance around that though? The Magician. You have the ability to call in the kind of people that you want. But in order to call those kinds of people in and those kinds of experiences in, it would be wise for you to match that. You know what I'm saying? So if you want to be around people who have a great routine, they don't drink, they don't smoke, they live a really healthy lifestyle, you're probably not going to find those people in the bar. You know what I'm saying? So like, what do you need to do? How do you need to act in order to manifest the reality that you want and the people that you want, essentially? And for some of you, you are tricking yourself into reconciling with somebody that you probably shouldn't. Okay. And so it might be asking you to kind of think twice about it. Then we have the Seven of Wands for somebody who is around you here with the Nine of Pentacles. Give me one more. Ace of Pentacles reverse. You know what? I'm going to be totally honest with you. If there's been some weird like competitive thing between you and this person, if there's somebody who's been trying to maintain this connection, I'm going to be 100% real with you. There may be a missed opportunity with a person. This person seems to be solely focused on themselves. They're like looking good, feeling good, smelling good. Okay, that's the vibe. All right, some of you maybe don't want to hear that. I don't know. How will they know who this person is? The Page of Pentacles. They're already building what you want to build. This could be a younger earth sign. This could be a child. It could be somebody who's a very hard worker, I definitely think that this person is younger than you. Okay, now this is obviously a general reading, but when I ask like how will they know who this person is and I get the Page of Pentacles, that's usually a younger person or a younger earth sign. And or somebody who's a very hard worker, somebody who like the Page of Pentacles is the hardest working page, no slouch. And what's weird is that's the theme of your reading. This person seems to be totally content with who they are and where they're at in life. If I'm gonna be honest with you. Okay, I know for some of you, you're like, wow, I'm not trying to hear that, but maybe that's what this is about, this like disappointment. Maybe you feel intimidated by somebody's independence or something. I mean, maybe they're intimidated by yours, but I don't really read it like that. I'm reading it like as their energy. Do you know what I'm saying? But maybe they are intimidated by your independence. How does this person feel about Aquarius? What's their opinion of Aquarius? The Three of Wands. They feel like you're expansive, brave. You may be at a distance from this person. This is somebody who I don't really, from what I'm seeing, I'm not going to pull a whole bunch of cards, but the Three of Wands is not like a bad opinion to have about somebody. It's just somebody who thinks that you're brave, very expansive, maybe a little open minded, ready to take initiative, things like that. So I don't know. I don't see like this person has a bad, they may feel like you're waiting for them or waiting for something. It's really interesting. The Page of Pentacles came out, and that's your theme. I feel like you have a lot to learn from this person. I'm so sorry. Please don't shoot me. I love you. Maybe it's reversed. I love you. Whoa, Seven of Wands. That's how this person showed up. This is your hopes and or fears. You want to be able to harness and maintain the power that you already have. But you are fearing that you can't go up against the competition. You're fearing that you cannot maintain your talents, gifts, skills, and abilities, that you cannot wield them. Well, how do we wield our talents, gifts, skills, and abilities? How do we maintain them? By practicing them, by putting them to use on a daily basis. I heard incorporate it into your daily routine. I don't know who that's for, what that means. Okay. Build it and it will come, or they will come. The Ten of Swords, the Page of Swords. What is ending? The Ten of Cups reversed. So listen, this is going to go one of two ways. Either there's some kind of betrayal. I hate to say it. I'm sorry. These things happen sometimes. Okay. There may be a betrayal that you may like get a message, receive a message that there's some kind of betrayal. You may observe something, Page of Swords, but it was really around a relationship that wasn't working anyway. Ten of Cups reverse is like when no matter how many times we try to love someone to death or they try to love us to death, it's just going in an empty pit, or it's just like not freaking working. Okay. Or maybe it's family. For others of you, you are a third party witnessing this. Kind of hard to say. So only you are really going to know that. Hold your vision. Capricorn. Inner vision. That's funny. I was just looking at my human design today and I have that gift or whatever, inner vision. Cut through the fog of confusion with your power of discernment. So I feel like this is a lot to do with like this card specifically. Power of discernment is around the company that you keep, in my opinion. So needing to be more cautious with that. There's something that you want that I think that you fear that you can't have just because it didn't work out with somebody else, or something else didn't work out, or a business didn't work out. And so now you may fear trying. If you can build it, Capricorn, okay, Capricorn cannot, Taurus is more of the builder, Capricorn is like the goer. Okay, now we built the ladder, and now Capricorn's going to kind of climb it, right? After Virgo, works out all the kinks and the bolts and whatever, right? Make sure it's safe. So it's telling you that whatever it is that you're needing to build, you're needing to put effort into. Do it because you can have it, and then take initiative. It doesn't mean anything if you don't take action on the thing that you're wanting to manifest, Aquarius. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope that you will like, share, comment, and subscribe. If you guys want to book a personal reading with me, you can do so on my website at www.violettaalexis.com. If you would like to book a scheduled session with me, or text and or call spontaneously, you can do so at hipsy.com/violettaalexis. All of that information can be found in the description box below or in the pinned comment in the chat. Thanks a lot, you guys, and I'll talk to you soon. Have a great mid-October.